What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I've got some absolutely incredible races coming from Monza this week. Daily Race C is on Monza with no chicane, and Gran Turismo 7 is not dead. Check out the lobby, A+ racers throughout the lobby, and somehow I've made my way onto pole position with a fantastic qualifying lap time. Monza this week with no chicane is, well, it's pretty dangerous, but incredibly fun. There's a lot of slipstream, there's a lot of tactics going on, and I've got two incredible races for you right now. So off the pole right now, I've got a pretty good gap to second place, and I just need to find my braking points into turn 1, which is turn 2, but it's turn 1. At the 150 board, down through the gears and flowing through here in third gear. Not too bad through there, and we've got a gap to second. Skipping forwards now to the end of lap number 2, starting lap number 3, and we come under threat from the driver behind. Magic, the Spanish driver, is just going to get in the slipstream, and he's going to go and make the move. So that's going to put us down to second place, and there's other drivers coming along for the party as well. This was my very first race of the week, and I'm still trying to find my feet with regard to the braking points in the race when you got the slipstream, when you got the tyre wear and fuel enabled. So we're going to brake a bit cautiously and try and float through this chicane here, and it looks like Magic's got a much better lap time than we've got. But a couple of laps later we start to get the tow rope on and just reel in Magic, and we're going to go through Ascari chicane, get a nice exit through here. And this is where the tactics come into play. I don't want to pass him down this straight, else he'll just pass me back down the main straight. So I'm just going to give him a nudge forward, a bit of a bump draft, get us both going faster down the straight, and my plan is to pass him on the next straight. Into the final corner, Parabolica. It's a very difficult corner to kind of get right. It opens up a little bit on corner exit. You want to get on the throttle as early as you can. It's difficult to not run wide, not run too tight. There's a couple of different lines you can take, but we've got the slipstream going down the main straight now, and I'm going to make this move happen. I'm cautious of the battle going on behind, and there is someone coming along, so I need to try and clear this guy, get myself into first place going into Curva Grande. Absolute bat crazy speed, over 280 kilometers an hour into turn 1 through Curva Grande. If anyone wants to know, I'm using kilometers because I changed my settings to make a video previously, and I just haven't been bothered to change it back. So coming through this chicane here, we get a little bit of swaz on corner exit, but we do get a good exit. Now it's turning into a 3-car battle for the win here, almost half race distance, and we've managed to get ourselves back into the lead. Skipping forwards now, lap number 7, exiting Lesmo 2, and Magic is close on our back door. Now, is he going to make a move into Ascari? I wasn't really expecting this. I was thinking we're going to work together, but he's gone to the inside into Ascari. Get on the brakes, and we're just going to give him a little bit of space on the inside and just slot back in quite nicely. Third place is right on the gearbox now, and this is starting to really bunch up. If I drop to third place, I think that could be game over. What is the drive behind going to do? I think there's going to be a bump draft just slightly to the inside. Check out the mini-map, and I'm just going to go deep on the brakes into Parabolic to defend this position, and we do so quite well. Also with a great apex there, and I think I've got a chance of getting this lead back. Let's see what the third place driver is going to do. He's going to assist us on the straight, and it's going to be really tight, guys. Across the line, starting lap number 8, 4 to go. We've got the slipstream on Magic there to the inside. That's going to be moved on for ourselves, but is the driver in third place going to follow us through into Curva Grande, 280 kilometers an hour, and they're going to go side by side. It's all kicking off. What's going to happen into the braking zone, into the first chicane, which is the second chicane? We're going to go purple, obviously, with a bit of a slipstream assist. I'm going to get a bit awkward through the chicane, and we managed to get out that pretty good. That's worked out absolutely fantastic for us. Can we hold on to this lead as the race progresses? And just a little bit wide through Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2, we need to get a great exit down to Ascari chicane, and we do get a good exit. That's fantastic, and they are battling behind. This is where we need to make a run for it, make the move happen, try and break that slipstream, but it doesn't quite happen because they work together and they come back into my slipstream range. So I think we're under threat here, finishing the penultimate lap of the race, starting the final lap of the race, and we are under threat into Curva Grande. Where is he going to go? Trying to encourage him to the outside, but he goes to the inside to pass me for Curva Grande. How's this one going to play out? A little bit of bump in there, almost no room at all on the outside. What do I do here? Do I send it back into the chicane? I don't really think that's going to happen. He's gone almost defensive. We're going to take a wide entry and try and get a good exit. I'm going to flow through here, focus on corner exit, get a great drive out the corner. We are catching to the outside, to the inside. We're going to go. We're going to send it to the inside on the brakes into Lesmo 1, and we're going to get that move done. Are we going to be able to survive this one? He's got a bad exit, a bit of swaz on corner exit from Magic there, and we are going to exit Lesmo a little bit wide, but we're going to survive it. Need to focus on hitting Ascari chicane absolutely perfect, and we're going to come home with the win. On the brakes now, and we do make it perfect through Ascari chicane, bring it home in the lead and take a win in this fantastic A+ filled top split lobby in Gran Turismo 7. Honestly guys, the racing is incredible. I was absolutely pumped after it. A lot of drivers in the post-race chat really enjoying that. Let's take a look at the winning move one more time. We're going to get a great exit. We were going to go to the outside, but we just switched to the inside at the last minute. Magic doesn't really defend, and that works out perfectly for us. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. At the time, I thought that was the best race I've ever had, but little did I know this next race would go one stage further. Once again, absolutely stacked lobby with A+ drivers, and this time I'm starting in 3rd place. I need to really think about my braking points into turn 1, because I'm now going to have some slipstream advantage and start a little bit further down the track. It looks like these Spanish drivers maybe missed a gear or something, or maybe want to drop back a little bit and race through the field. At the time didn't understand, but that driver right now, as of recording this video, he was top of the world record timesheets. It's absolutely fantastic to race with clearly someone who has incredible pace. Bit wide from myself, bit wide from the driver ahead, and he's gone completely wide. We're going to survive that barely, but somehow we've found ourselves back in the lead of this race with pretty much 12 laps to go. I know how to win this race, I've done it before. Can I pull off another win? The focus now trying to get a great exit from Lesmo 2 and just try and make the most of the good fortune of that first lap. Skipping forward now, lap number 2, entering Parabolica, and we are going to get some assistance from one of the fastest drivers in the world this week. But he is going to go to the inside. That's an interesting move, because I don't think that's a move you want to be doing. I'm going to try and just exit the corner. I need to play the balance here between racing forwards and also not giving up track positions. So I'm going to try and give him a bump draft down the straight and then get the pass on the second attempt. That should hopefully help us to go faster overall as a pair, but still give me track position. So we've got the bump draft. Now we're going to switch to the overtake manoeuvre, going to Curva Grande. We should be clear. It should also hopefully not give him the chance to slipstream me back to retake me into the chicane. So we're actually quite close to each other. Looking on the mini-map now, and he's just going to offset himself. He's going for the move into the chicane. So this is going to compromise our race pace. We're going to be tripping over each other through the chicane here, and that's going to allow Magic and the other drivers behind to catch us up. So we are tripping over each other. I'm not quite sure what to do, whether we should try and bump draft him and follow him for the race. How's his gonna? Yeah, he seems to be looking to go a bit defensive, so I think the battle's on. Oh, incredible swaz there. I can't believe I caught that one. That was pretty much a crash, so I'm glad to keep that one gathered up. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to put a move into Ascari chicane. He's going to go semi-defensive. We're going to go to the inside into Ascari and try and get him on the brakes. Braking now, and we're side by side. We're going to give him some room on the outside and flow through here quite nicely, but we are tripping over each other. On the mini-map now, you can see the 3rd place driver's brought himself back into play, so this is going to kick off now. It's not a two-way battle anymore, it's more to join the party, and I think it's Spanish team orders there. He's moved over to give slipstream to his Spanish countryman, and oh, we've got a serious battle going on here now. To the outside maybe is the Spanish driver. I can't get across to get in the slipstream of the Spanish leader, and we're going to be losing second place anytime as we go down the straight. And it's Magic now. We're back again following the alien livery there of Magic. Familiar sight it seems. So we know what to do. We know how we can progress through this race. We are barely a third of the way through the race, and we're still less than 1 second away from the lead. braking into the chicane. I'm going to be a little bit cautious on the brakes here and float through this chicane quite nicely, safely through there. Nice corner exit, a little bit wide, but oh, a penalty for a driver ahead there. That's interesting. So penalty for both of the drivers ahead. This is turned the race completely on its head, and they're quite significant penalties for both of those drivers. So right now I need to focus on keeping the gap to them as close as it possibly can be to capitalise when they serve their penalties. But we've got McSpongy now, who is also joining us in P4 right now. That could be the battle going forwards. Into Ascari now for the fourth time. I'll tell you, this race was fantastic, guys, and it completely kicks off a little bit later, so make sure you watch right to the end because it is absolutely fantastic. Great exit from Ascari, and the two drivers in first and second are now going to be serving their penalties, and we're going to go cruising straight past them. Back into the lead once more. What we need to do is focus on racing forwards, as we always do, to try and bridge that gap, drop the guys so they're no longer in my slipstream, and I think it's looking good so far. The danger comes when the two drivers start working together behind. Working together is faster than going with one. Lap number 7 is now complete. Lap number 8 we are starting, and who we've got is one of the fastest drivers in the world right now, closing in. And is he going to make a move into Curva Grande, side by side into Curva Grande, and he's going to make that move happen and aggressively cut back in front. He's got some serious spatial awareness now to make those serious moves. And are we going to send it to the outside? He's going to go defensive, so we're going to get on the brakes quite deep, in fact, but not going to make that move happen. We might be tripping over each other again. Once again, we're doing this thing where we're battling, we're not racing forwards. The German driver in third place from a little bit further down the field is really started to cruise through the pack and is going to be a real threat. Trying to get a great exit from Lesmo 2. Really important to exit there. In time trial, I found it great to exit in 4th gear, and you just get on the boost, get on it early, and that really kind of shaves off some lap time. So looking for a great Ascari chicane. I should be able to be in a position to make a move down the main straight by the time we get there. Great through the first part of Ascari, and we're going to get a bit of a kick to the outside, which are pretty good actually. So we've got a great chance of being in the slipstream and positioned perfectly down the main straight for finishing lap number 8. What's going to happen here? We're going to just hold off. He's going to go defensive. I think it's very, very defensive manoeuvre there. I wouldn't really send it, but let's see how this one's going to play out. In fact, the German driver is now in striking distance on ourselves, and a bunch of other drivers have come along for a party, and we're going to get the move into Curva Grande, I think. Surely we have enough overspeed. To the outside we're going to go. Looking on the minimap now, where is the German driver going to go? He's going to choose to favour ourselves. A little bit of bump draft. 290 kilometers an hour entry into Curva Grande, and they're going to be side by side behind. How's this one going to play out? Hopefully it's going to end up in my favour. I need to hit this braking point perfect, and I'm a bit deep, and it's a real messy chicane for me, and that's going to put me under threat from the drive behind. Spanish driver to the inside into Lesmo 1, and German driver also just about there. Oh, it's close. Managed to defend it from the German driver. Need a great exit from Lesmo 2, and we do get quite a good exit. Looking now to solidify this second place, put me in a place to fight for the win down the main straight on the next lap, and he's gone very defensive into Ascari. This is really bunching up the pack behind through Ascari, and slightly offline, and oh, we missed the apex now. We're running wide. Look at the mini-map. German drivers also run wide, so we are in massive difficulty now, and that's going to give us some dirty tyres as well. McSpongy is going to make it into 3rd position. We know McSpongy, he's been in a lot of our videos previously. Fantastic racer, and we're going to try and help McSpongy now. We're going to work with him for the next couple of laps. So finishing lap number 9, the race is almost over. There's only 3 laps to go, but we're not really. We've got a faint whiff of a slipstream now down the main straight, but those 3 drivers ahead now. Let's see how that dynamic plays out. Different drivers will be racing each other now. Are they going to play nicely, or is it going to kick off? And hopefully we can benefit from anything that might happen. In 5th place, don't count him out. Magic is back there again, so he has starting to come back into this race now, into the chicane, and it's all kicking off ahead. Hopefully they're going to trip each other up, and we're going to go at the brakes. Oh, he almost going to the back of McSpongy. Had to take avoiding action there as everything bunched up a little bit ahead, and it looks like they're going to go side by side into the Lesmo 1. And it looks like the Spanish driver still has the lead, exiting the Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2, we're looking for a great drive out of Lesmo 2. And the train is forming, so how's this one going to play out? Magic now looking backwards. Oh, he's right on our back door, so it's a 5-way battle for the win in this race. By this point in the race, the sweat is dripping from my brow. I'm gripping that wheel hard, trying to work my way back to the front of the field. I think I can still get this win. We're still less than 1 second away from the lead, and you're only running fourth, and Spongy's a little bit wide there. We're going to give him a little bit of assistance, a little bit wide from the German driver. They're going to have to clean off their tyres a little bit before they get to Parabolica, and they do that with a little bit of a waggle. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to take this win in this final race? And we're going to go slightly to the outside and get, oh, it's really bunched up now. This is going to be an interesting dynamic down the main straight now. I think there's maybe 6 cars now all in a line, and we're going to get a bump draft on McSpongy, try and put him in a position to just cause chaos ahead with the front 3, but it's turned into a slipstream train. The Spanish driver has been completely missed out of that slipstream train. He's going to drop down to 4th position from the lead. We're going to have a difficult braking zone into the next chicane now. We're going to get a bit of an overspeed and go wide through Curva Grande, and trying to spot the braking point into the braking zone. On the brakes now, just a fraction of contact there, a bit of a cross up there, a bit of contact at the inside, and we've pushed McSpongy a little bit wider. He just had to make that escape. I don't know if the line closed. Oh, he's got a, oh, I feel bad. He's got a penalty for that incident. Let's look on the radar in the braking zone. We got on the brakes, it all bunched up a little bit, a tiny bit of contact and a little bit of door-to-door on myself, and I don't know what happened, guys. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments below. I felt bad for McSpongy. We spoke after the race and I apologised, but yeah, that's going to put McSpongy probably out of this one with a penalty to serve at the next straight, and 1.5 laps to go. We're wide on Lesmo 2 exit, and that's going to put me in a compromised position now. The German driver has been in absolutely right place, right time to get where he's got to, and I think we're going to have to work together to try and close that gap to the lead, but I think we're too busy battling and to the outside with a fantastic move there. I gave him room on the outside, but still an absolutely fantastic move into Ascari there. But what we're going to do now, they're battling behind. Should I work with this Spanish driver? They're spongy. Sorry, man. Oh, I'm gutted for you. But we're going to go to the outside, the inside of this Spanish driver now. Get a bit squirrely under the brakes and make a bit of a bodge attempt at that. So I think the win is out of the question here, guys. But can we bring it home in 2nd place? Starting the final lap of the race, we don't have any assistance for slipstream ahead of us, and we are almost a sitting duck for this Spanish driver in the slipstream. Is he going to put a move into Curva Grande for the first time? I think he's going to go side by side. There's not a great deal we can do with this one. A massive overspeed into Curva Grande, and I don't know, we're not going to be able to send it back on the chicane on the entry, but are we going to be able to repeat what we did before in the first race? And in fact, the lead is starting to come back to us, so this race may not be over. We are going to apply maximum effort to see where we can come in this race now. At 1.6 seconds off the lead, I mean, a track limits penalty could be acquired. I mean, nothing is out of the question. Lesmo 2, we're looking for a great exit, and we don't really get the exit we need. Is the Spanish driver going to be able to close the gap to the leader? Skipping forwards to cross the line, and we all maintained our station. No one made an error, and we're going to bring it home in 3rd place in what is arguably the best race I've ever had in any Gran Turismo game ever. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know how you're getting on at Monza this week in Daily Race C. My guy's happy with that 3rd place, and everyone in the lobby, they were like buzzing after it, absolutely buzzing. I did apologise to McSpongy, as we said, and he understood it was an error. We know sometimes when you get contact into that chicane, the contact just nullifies any penalty you get for any track limits penalty. So I was surprised that he got that track limits penalty. There was a little bit of contact as we went in there, so that should have removed that penalty. But yeah, just unfortunate from the game logic there. But fantastic racing from all. I'm really excited to get back out at Monza and race you all again. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video. On screen right now will be other fantastic videos which you will enjoy. Make sure you go and check those out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.